Thanks for the support as a channel member, Dave Beasley. In the last episode, I said I wanted to add 8 more points before this episode. I have added 8 more points before this episode, and now we have 2 massive must-win games, and if we do win them, I think we'll survive in the Premier League this year. Hello and welcome to Club 3, part 19 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have those 2 huge games against 2 of the few teams who are actually below us in the league. We're away against Swansea, last season's championship champions, who were runaway champions. We couldn't keep up with them last year, but they are rock bottom of the Premier League this year. And then we're at home against Crystal Palace, also in the relegation zone, and the team that turned me down for a job almost a year ago now. Since you were last with me, this is what's been going on. So the last ones, I think you saw Huddersfield and Newcastle. And then just to show we did get the 8 points, we beat West Ham and we had draws against Birmingham and Everton and then beat Liverpool. So yes, we got the 8 points, not in the way I expected we would. The win over Liverpool was mad, and Chong's second goal, I think it was his second goal in this game, was it just says everything I've been saying all season about Chong, who incidentally is now our top scorer, mainly after getting these 2 goals against Liverpool. But this second goal says it all. He's quiet and does nothing for so long. Then he puts a man of the match performance in against Liverpool and does something like this. Picks it up from deep in his own half, just runs the length of the pitch and scores. An 85th minute winner. He was just superb against Liverpool. I wish I could figure out how to get him to play like that all of the time, because if we look at his form, it is the most up and down form you've ever seen. 5.9. 9, 6.4, 8.3, 6.3, 6.4, 8.8. How do we get consistent good performances out of Chong? If anybody knows, let me know. It's silly. But it does leave us in this situation. So 6 games left to go. We are 5 points clear of the relegation zone. But of course, one of the teams chasing us is Crystal Palace. It's a proper relegation 6-pointer. If they beat us, obviously, they're catching us. And Swansea, similar sort of situation, really. We need to win them both. If we win them both, we are very good. I mean, that'll put us on 37 points with 4 games left. And I think I'd be comfortable referring to that as safe. We're not likely to pick up much more in the way of points. 2 tricky away games, 2 home games we're definitely going to lose. So we kind of need to do it now. Let's hope we do it. I don't want to mess this up. So this is the team for Swansea away. We've got Hilson in goal, a back 4 of Brown, Stevens, Tanganga and Livramento. Both Williamses are injured at the moment, which is... sorry, one of them was injured and is now suspended. The other one is injured. If I can find him. Where is he? Can anyone... there he is. Just recovering from an injury. We've got Rinomata and Mowat in midfield. Occo, Flex, Tillman and Chong as our attacking midfielders and Hornby up front. In addition to having our first choice fullbacks unavailable, we've also got Jacob Brown, who's picked up an injury. He's going to be out for the next few weeks. Sam Sturridge, who arrived and started scoring goals for us. He's got 3 goals in 5 starts, or 3 goals in 8 appearances since signing from Watford. Exactly the sort of player we were looking to bring in, but he's picked up an injury. Brivio still injured, so we are down to bare bones. Not quite to the extent we were back in our championship days when we had to play 17-year-olds at the back, but it's still not the ideal scenario to be going into a must-win game against Swansea. And like I said before, this is a Swansea team who last year were comfortably better than us. They ran away with the championship and we kind of clung on to chase them and ended up finishing second. Right, there you go. Form has us in better form than them. I mean, neither of us are in great form. They're 19th, we're 13th for form, and we're at their place. I mean, I would suggest a draw is probably the most likely result from this game. The only problem is I'm not entirely sure a draw is going to be good enough when you have a look at those games that we've got left to play, because Norwich, where are Norwich? Norwich up there in 9th place, Watford up there in 11th place. They're 2 very difficult away games. If we can't beat Swansea away, we're certainly not beating either Norwich or Watford away. And then we've got Chelsea and Manchester United at home, who we can't bank on getting anything out of either of those games. So if we are going to get the points we need, it's going to have to be against Swansea and Crystal Palace, partly because there's no other way to get the points, and also partly because if we don't get the points in these games, they will, which makes it all the more likely they'll catch up with us. Obviously, we're not the only team in this relegation battle. We are up in 14th place at the moment. West Brom, Everton, Sheffield United all involved as well. But we've just got to focus on what we've got to do, and what we've got to do is beat Swansea today. I think it's pretty clear it's must win. I probably needed more than 8 points from those last 6 games. Perhaps should have aimed for 10. I wonder if whatever number I said we'd have ended up getting. It is nice that we aimed for 8 and got 8. It shows I know what... Oh, I thought he'd got sent off. It shows I know roughly where we are. I know what kind of level we are. And I think we're probably the 17th best team in the Premier League. So I'm hoping we've got enough about us to stay up. It will be gutting from this point if we end up getting dragged back into this, because we've not been down in the relegation zone since back in October, since we went on that little run of form that pulled us out of it, October, November time. It would be devastating to go down after how much we've fought and how well we've played to keep ourselves in it for this long. But if these 2 matches don't go our way today, just like I said, if we win them both, I'm happy to say we're safe. If we don't win, if we lose them both, I'm fairly confident saying we're going to go down. Rinamotta plays it into Hornby. Hornby with an absolute sitter. It was easier to score than miss there. Rinamotta should have just whacked it himself, but he saw his big striker ahead of him and thought, you know what, I'll give it to him. He's guaranteed to score. Unacceptable. Cross comes in, Hornby's there again and heads way over. We can't afford for Hornby to have one of those days. Partly because obviously we need him to be scoring, and partly because we don't have another striker to bring on. It's not like we can bring Surridge or Brivio on. They're both injured. So we'll be resorting to Occo Flex up front and bring in another midfielder on, but we're running low on them. Brown's injured. I guess we'd have to bring Beera on, or Barlow, I guess, and stick Occo Flex up front if Hornby's is going to have one of those days, which we know he's capable of having. Sometimes he looks incredible. He's the same as Chong, and we've had this. These 2 players have been at this club more than 2 years now, Chong and Hornby, and they are exactly the same. They don't play the same, but they are exactly the same when it comes to form. When they're good, they are absolutely incredible, but it just doesn't happen often enough. And that's what we need to fix. I don't think either of them are lacking in talent, but I don't know if it's a mental thing or whatever it might be. Perhaps they've got low determination, or I could probably check that. There must be something that's leading to them playing so poorly so often. And yay for us, they're both having terrible games today. For goodness sake. Right, let's have 10 minutes of passion before the substitutions. Mix things up a little bit. Right, what are we going to do? Tillman's going to come off because he's been awful. Barlow can come on for him. We have got Beera down on the bench. The whole attack is playing really, really badly. But I'm loath to take Chong or Hornby off, because I know they could just turn the game in a moment just like that. But will they? And that's the difficulty. Oh, right. I'm going to take Beera off. Bring Beera on, for Hornby, I think. And leave Chong on. And stick Occo Flex up front. And just mix this entire midfield around a little bit. In fact, we're going to do this. And make him an advanced forward. And hope that just by mixing it up a little bit, that's enough to do something a little bit different and get the breakthrough. Brown now with the throw finds Beera. Beera across to Rinamotta, who's got Rinamotta. He could have gone to the comment section's villain, to an absolute hero, if that is half an inch lower down. It cannons back off the crossbar, but now Swansea have got a counter attack on, and if they score here, it's disgusting. But they're going to, aren't they? They've got a corner. For goodness sake, get the ball up the other end of the pitch and score a goal. Not you lot, my lot. Hilson, all 5'9" of him, just clutches that out of the air. Woodman came in 18 months ago and has just not been able to force Hilson out of the side. What a keeper he is. I even called him up to the England squad when we had an injury because I knew who he was. Big, deep cross, looking for Looking for Hornby, who's not on the pitch anymore. Occo Flex isn't going to win anything in the air like that. This is where we really needed Surridge, who I think is 6'3" and just offers that same. He's a similar kind of threat to Hornby, but just seems a little bit more prolific with it. Oh, and there's the goal for Swansea, and this is not how it's supposed to be. Oh, I guess if we were going to lose one, we'd rather lose this one because they're further behind us. And even if they beat us, they're still probably going down. Whereas Palace beat us and they drag us right back into it. But this is not good. This is not part of the plan. Let's get McGeehan on. For old time's sake, McGeehan for Inamotta. And we've got to go attacking now. Come on, let me go attacking. In fact, we can just edit and go attacking from here. And we need to, I'm going to demand more. We've got to at least find an equaliser. Barlow, that's terrible. Inamotta's getting sent off. I was just taking him off. Let me just substitute him. Ah! Oh. Hang about. If this lets me confirm this, we've glitched it. Did that? Hold on. Is McGeehan on the pitch? No. I thought we'd glitched it there. That would have been amazing. I don't know what to do now. I still want to get McGeehan on because he's got that potential to just hit it from miles out and score a screamer. Chong has been awful. So I think we're gonna do this. So dumb. Come on, lads. There you go. We're trying something different again. Livramento plays it forward, looking for Occo Flex to chase. £12 million. No. If he was worth £12 million, he scores there. We overpaid for him. He's not good enough. He's not a striker. That's the problem. He's a decent winger who hopefully will get better and better at it. But we're trying to play him as a striker today, and it's not working. But there he is, Occo Flex! I told you he was a striker! I've been telling you all along he's a £12 million striker. People didn't believe me. They'll believe me now. Armstrong, Occo Flex grabs an 80th minute equaliser, and all of a sudden, we're back up and running. And my new look front three combined beautifully. Beera plays it out to Barlow. Barlow squares to Occo Flex. Yes, proceed with tactical changes because that front three works. Barlow now with a free kick. We're still attacking. We should, you know what? Carry on attacking. Let's go and try and win it. We can take a huge step towards safety with a win here. Let's remember we've still got to play Man United. We've still got to play Chelsea. We need to go for it here. 3 points would be huge, but obviously it is going to leave gaps at the back. We are down to 10 men. Hilson makes another save though, but we know how dangerous Swansea can be from corners. But let's have 10 minutes of passion. 10 minutes of passion. Come on. Finish the game with 10 minutes of passion. There was always the chance if we carried on attacking it might happen. Again, it's from a set piece. I still maintain conceding goals from set pieces like that, we're not going to stop that happening by dropping back to a less attacking mentality. I mean, it was a very good goal. But now they've got another corner. Swansea are showing they want it more today. The one positive to come out of this game is that Inamotta's obviously going to be suspended for the next match. So I'm not going to be able to play. I'm not going to be able to play him. It feels like it's done. I don't think we're going to grab another equaliser. We did so well to get back into the game. If we score here, whoever scores is an absolute hero. Becomes a Barnsley legend. Cross comes in. There's nobody in the middle at all. McGeehan does get a hold of it though. McGeehan plays Livramento in! He's done it again! Livramento scores once a year, and every time he does it, it gets me very, very excited. Goodness me. Swansea 2, Barnsley 2 in the 91st minute of the game. What a finish from Livramento. And we're back in it again. My word. 2-2 is fine. We will accept that. We'll take that and hopefully find a way to go and beat Crystal Palace off the back of it. Oh my goodness me. Well, I guess I kind of was expecting it, but I don't really want it. Wolves have offered me a job interview, which, if they'd have offered this to me at Christmas, would have been a great job to take. They're only 2 points below us. No, they're not. They're 6 points below us in the league. I obviously don't want to manage Wolves in the Championship if Barnsley are staying in the Premier League. But obviously, if we lose against Palace, we might not be staying in the Premier League. I think I need to go to the interview, see what they've got to say. I hear they have lots of money, so that could be fun. I have taken Barnsley as far as they can go, so I think that's fair enough. A fair comment to say. My international commitment. Oh, I forgot. Of course, I'm England manager now, aren't I? I'm capable of managing both teams to a high standard. My handling of the media has been mediocre at best. I don't really handle the media. Full disclosure, I leave most of that to my assistant manager and my director of football. I haven't received any complaints because I'm never there to hear them. Inability to cultivate a strong dressing room atmosphere. What is this? Clearly, I'm doing all right. Candidate capable of performing to competition expectations. I always do that. What makes you the ideal candidate to save a club that's been unexpectedly in the relegation zone all season? Well, we were supposed to be there and we're not. That's the obvious thing. I like to consider myself I am a strong motivator and leader, but I'm not joining you until the end of the season. And even then, I need to make sure you stay in the Premier League. So I'm not accepting it until I know you're safe or we're relegated too. I want to make small changes. Club culture is sign Portuguese players, so high reputation players, play entertaining football. This all looks doable. And my word, so their goal this season was qualify for the UEFA Europa Conference League, which I think that's the Europa League 2, isn't it? The Europa Conference League. And they want to keep doing that each year. Well, obviously, we're not going to do that this year. You'll be lucky to still be in the Premier League. I'm happy to work within that. We aren't current. That's fine. No proposals to propose. Interesting. We'll see what happens. So while we wait for the outcome of the Wolves job, which I'm not favourite for, by the way, where are we? If we have a look at the job centre, it's not even showing me as applied, which I guess that's because I didn't apply because they came to me. Maybe, but I'm probably not going to get it. I don't think I really want it. I would take it if they were going to be in the Premier League next year, but they're not going to be, are they? Hopefully not. Anyway, because if they are, that means we got sucked back into it probably. But Rinomhota, of course, is suspended, so Maggior comes into him. Mowat goes over to be the box-to-box midfielder. Maggior is the playmaker. We've also got one of the Williams brothers back and fit to play at right back, and Barlow comes in on the left-hand side of midfield with Oko Flex. I mean, he picked up a knock. He got injured in that last game. He's not really trained since. He's not really fit enough to be involved today, although Sam Surridge is and moves back up onto the bench, as does Brandon Malloy, of course, who is a Wolves player, but here on loan with us. And I might ask him what life at Wolves is like. You know, I brought him through the youth team here at Barnsley. He was here. He was there when I got here, but I'm still taking the credit for him. Right, Palace have won 3 of their last 5 games. This is a problem. Palace are in form. Oh no, this doesn't feel good. Right, passionately, I expect to win today. We've got to win. It's not even that I expect to win. We must win. If Palace beat us here, we are very much in trouble because like I said before, I could see us maybe picking up 2 more points. If we can scrape draws in the 2 difficult away games, we might end the season on 34 points if we lose here today, which it's just not going to be enough. With Palace in that kind of form, they're definitely catching us. Wolves looking to get a new manager who's probably not going to be me. They'll have a little bounce from that. They're probably catching us. We've got to beat Palace here. Chong needs to have one of his good days, and he is on a mazy run here that ends with nothing. Oh, but he's got the ball back. A little bit of luck for Chong. Plays it into Barlow. Barlow to Hornby. I thought it was falling to Tillman, but it was always moving away from him. It didn't quite get there. Zaha's picked up a knock for Palace early on. That's got to be a good thing for us, surely. Brown with the cross, looking for Hornby. Hornby hits the post. And then the ball bounced back onto the pitch, but apparently somewhere in there went out of play, which I don't really see how that can happen. They've also picked up another injury early on as well, to one of their defenders. So things not going great for Palace so far, other than the fact they're not losing yet. Right, let's passionately say we have been the better team here. Keep doing what you're doing. We'll be fine. I mean, we have been the better team. The only thing is, we do have a bit of a track record for when things like this happen. And we saw it against Swansea. When the game goes on too long at 0-0, we generally don't then score first. So we do need to be a little bit wary of, if we don't convert one of these chances, Palace are probably going to, and it could be this one. Stevens' head's clear though. No fear of conceding there, although the move does continue with another cross coming in. What a save from Hilson, but he can't get there the second time, and there is the breakthrough that we feared, and the Wolves job is starting to look more and more attractive, because if we're going to be in the Championship next year, I'd rather be there managing Wolves than Barnsley. Oh, no. I mean, we are still in 15th place at the moment, but that gap to Palace obviously now down to 3 points rather than the more comfortable 5 that it was before. And I can't imagine anyone's got as difficult a run in as we have. We need to get Surridge on. A draw is not good enough. Even if we manage to get back into it and draw, that is not good enough. 2 draws from these games is not what we needed. Have we got anyone to come on for Tillman? Not really. We've run out of attacking players. We're going to take off Maggior and bring on Traore. It allows us to get Mowat into his more natural playmaker position. Demand more. We've got to find a way to get another couple of goals in this game. I emphasise, just equalising, not enough. You're not going to see any wild celebrations for equalisers. We're going to get McGeehan on for Tillman. We're going to stick Mowat further forward. I'm clutching at straws a little bit here. We'll go attack him. We are going to do some kind of shout in a minute. The 10 minutes of passion doesn't seem to work anymore. Maybe we'll tell him to get creative. I don't know. Just do something, because we've not had an attacking highlight in this second half, I don't think. Stevens played the ball forward, looking for Barlow, I think it is, playing out on our left wing. Stevens has got it. We're seeing a lot of Stevens today, which says it all about how poorly we're playing, that our defenders had the ball more than anybody. Brown with the shot that just never, no one was convinced, were they? No one was worried. Mowat, we've seen him score these before. This time he floats it in. Chong is there, but the header is straight at their keeper. We've had 1 clear-cut chance to their none, 3 half chances to their 2. We've had more possession, more shots. It's just, we're bottling it. I want to cry. Mowat finds Traore, who's barely featured all season. McGeehan out wide to Brown. We have got players in the middle. If Brown can get the cross in, he does. He drills the cross in low, but there's no one there to turn it goals. It was a good idea. I mean, the floated crosses haven't been working. Try something a little bit different, and I like it. I like a little bit of thinking outside the box from Brown there, but who cares if we didn't score ultimately? Oh, now the ball's at the wrong end of the pitch again. And, it's painful. Stevens again with the clearance. He wants to stay up. I mean, he never in a million years imagined he'd be playing in the Premier League for Barnsley, and doesn't want to stop anytime soon. He knows he's not. Stevens is never going to get another Premier League club. He's in this team because he's been at Barnsley so long. This is his last chance to have another season in the Premier League, and he is going for it. He's even taking the throw-ins for some reason. Traore now to Brown. Brown plays it forward. Surridge is there to chase, but I mean, if he was fully fit, maybe, but in his current condition, not pregnant, but in his current condition, he wasn't going to chase that down. And look at the dirty time wasting we've got going on now from Palace. That's not the way they should be looking to do this. Oh, as ridiculous as we are, because we have beaten Tottenham and Liverpool already this season, there's always the chance we might just go and beat Man United and save ourselves that way. Let's do it the hard way. You know, we're presented with these 2 matches against teams below us in the league, and we managed to drag just 1 point out of the 2 of them and looked awful in both of them. But we'll probably go and beat Man United now. Is it the last day of the season? Man United on the last day of the season. I feel it. That's where we save ourselves. the Man United team have been dominant for so long. Oh, right. I'm going to play the Norwich and Chelsea games offline. We'll be back tomorrow with Watford and Man United. News of the Wolves job, and hopefully Premier League survival. Although it's not looking good, is it? If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos, and thank you very much for watching.